Why is it important to recess? Hello, you gorgeous and sexy creature. Welcome to Practice Intimacy. This is the place to be to learn all about love, sex, and how to have the best relationships you possibly can. My name is Jamie Lynn. I'm a marriage and family therapist. And what I want to share with you today is a very simple skill that you could use to help resource yourself in moments of stress. I'm going to talk about why this is important for intimacy, and then I'm going to talk about what this really simple practice is and how it's working in the body. So, why is it important to recess? To have recess as a child? No, that's not it. Although that is important. Why is it important to resource yourself when you're stressed out? Anytime that you are in a nervous system state of activation and reactivity, so being emotionally reactive to whatever is happening, whether it's something that your partner's doing, something that's happening in your life that is making it more challenging to be connected to your partner, whatever it is. When you're stressed out, it is physiologically impossible to be in connection and bonding. Or play spaces. Adults play by being sexual together. That's not the only way they play, but it's one of the ways that they play. And so it's not possible to be in the kind of emotional, physical intimacy that so many people crave when you're stressed out. And the same is true if you're in the middle of an argument and you're wanting to attempt to resolve it, but your nervous system is in threat mode. It's not possible to just suddenly move out of threat mode and be back into safety, connection. I want to try and make this work with you until you do some resourcing to calm yourself down. You can do all kinds of things to calm yourself down. Sometimes it's like releasing stress from your body, going and having a good cry or going for a run or doing whatever works for you to release stress. Some people, they might want a more like Zen approach, meditating, grounding themselves, things like that. Either one works. It's really just what works for you. And the skill that I'm going to teach you here is a little bit more in the realm of grounding. And the point of it is to bring down your nervous system into more regulation. There are things we can do that are excitatory to our nervous system. There are things we can do that are soothing to our nervous system. And so this is a soothing practice. And what it's based on is research around Polyvagal Theory. A lot of people at this point have heard of polyvagal because for the last decade or so, it's been pretty prominent in not only the neuroscience spaces, but also therapy spaces. A lot of therapists are talking about polyvagal theory. And so anyone who's been in a therapy room, it's possible that you've been exposed to this. Let me just briefly explain it. So the vagus nerve is a nerve that connects kind of at the base of the brainstem, so behind us towards the base of the brainstem, and it splits into two parts. One part of it winds around our heart and lungs, and the other part of this nerve winds around our guts, so stomach, intestines, all of that space. And that helps communicate information about what we're physiologically experiencing, which helps us understand what we're emotionally experiencing. And it is possible to use the vagus nerve to help calm the nervous system. You can actually send signals down as well to help try and soothe. It is not the fastest way to help soothe your nervous system, but it is a way and it does work, especially if you're doing it over time consistently. The more you can train your nervous system to down-regulate and help the area around your heart and guts and your heart and lungs and your gut relax, the more you're engaging this particular brain system to help regulate you. And then just to kind of like give a little bit of more information, there's different ways that the vagus nerve shows up. So sometimes the vagus nerve is operating from a system of helping us rest and digest. Other times it is operating from a system of helping us to engage with others in a way that feels connecting. And then sometimes it's helping us operate from a sense of threat. So maybe increasing my heart rate if something scary is happening, or causing me to pass out if something really terrifying is happening. That's all part of the operation of the vagus nerve. The thing that I want to get into, a really easy way to access the potential for soothing your nervous system, is by stimulating what's called the trigeminal nerve. The trigeminal nerve and the vagus nerve, they connect close to each other in the brainstem. And so when you stimulate one, you can also stimulate the other. And so the practice that you can do is touching your face in a way that would be soothing along the trigeminal nerve. So the trigeminal nerve, I don't know why I wore glasses on the day that I was doing this video, but I did. The trigeminal nerve, it lays kind of like this in our face, and it's got many little branches off of it, but these are the three biggest portions. And so what you can do to help soothe yourself, there's a couple of different motions you can do. I'm going to show you all three. You can do it with me and just feel what it's like in your body. But you're going to stimulate right above the eyebrow, right along the cheekbone, right along the jaw. Those are the three places where you can really stimulate this nerve and help it to calm. Some people like to tap in this area. Tapping is going to stimulate it. And it doesn't really matter what direction you go. I tend to like to go from the inside out. That's just personal preference, but it doesn't actually matter. And so as you're doing this, just notice what happens in your body. Does it start to relax? Does it feel good? Does it feel activating because it's tapping and your body doesn't like tapping? That's possible for some people. I actually don't love the tapping personally, but just kind of notice what happens. And then the next movement you can do is more of just like a sweeping. And you could do both sides if you want to. It's fine just to do one, or you can do both, whatever feels good to you. And it can be whatever pressure you like. I'm doing not super light pressure, but also not so firm that it feels uncomfortable. And just notice what happens in your body. Do you tend to notice relaxation? I'm definitely relaxing as I'm doing this. I can feel like the weight of my body falling into the chair a little bit more rather than me like holding myself up off of the chair. I notice just like a releasing inside of my stomach. And then the last one that you could do is just a holding, where you put pressure and hold. When you're doing this, you're getting mostly this part of the trigeminal nerve and definitely the jaw part of the trigeminal nerve. And what's so interesting is we even see babies in the womb taking on this position. It's a self-soothing position. And the newborn babies do it, adult babies do it. We kind of stop doing it once we reach adulthood. Like, you don't see people out in the world just holding their own face. Sometimes people might, but it's usually more of like, oh, it's too much. But to do it as a resourcing tool, to just like lovingly hold yourself, we don't see that too often because it's not socially normal. But who cares? Break the social norms. Do the things that are going to help your body be in more comfort and soothing so that you have access to joy, peace, ease inside yourself, relaxation, the ability to self-soothe so that you can approach situations with more creativity, more flexibility, more energy present rather than stress and worry and overwhelm. Okay, please leave me comments. I would love to know what it was like for you to do this activity with me. And remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more information about how you can take care of yourself so that your relationships, your life, your love experience in this world all blossoms into what you want. I will see you next time. Bye for now.